Good morning, students. Today we will discuss remaining worksheets of your workbook, that are worksheet 9.4, 9.5, 9.6. So here I am starting with worksheet 9.4 intermediate. Question number 1, A part. Draw a neat labeled diagram showing the different zones of a candle flame. So here you have to draw a diagram showing all the three zones of a candle flame. This diagram you can draw with the help of your textbook, that is figure 9.3, page number 149. State any two properties of each of the three zones of a candle flame: outermost zone, middle zone, innermost zone. First of all, outermost zone. It is the hottest part of the candle flame. Then middle zone, it is moderately hot. Innermost zone, it is the coldest part of the flame. Now, second difference. Outermost zone, it is blue in color. Middle zone, it is yellow in color. Innermost zone, it is dark or black in color. Now question number 2. Draw a neat labeled diagram of a soda acid fire extinguisher. This diagram you can copy from your book, you can take help of your book. In this question you have to draw figure 9.10 of page number 147. Now B part of question number 2. State the chemical reaction that takes place between the contents of a soda acid fire extinguisher when its knob is struck. So in this question we have to write down the chemical reaction taking place between the contents of soda acid fire extinguisher. Okay. First of all, let me tell you, soda acid fire extinguisher contains sodium hydrogen carbonate, means baking soda, and sulfuric acid. So both these contents present in soda acid fire extinguisher react with each other to form sodium sulfate plus carbon dioxide plus water. So this is the chemical reaction taking place between the contents of soda acid fire extinguisher, which results in the formation of these three products: sodium sulfate, carbon dioxide and water. Now we have completed worksheet 9.4 intermediate. Now we are going to start worksheet 9.5 advanced. We have to give reasons for each of the following. First, combustion is called an exothermic process. So we have to give reason why is combustion called an exothermic process. Because in a combustion, a substance burns in the presence of oxygen to give off heat and light. So heat energy is evolved out. That is why it is known as exothermic process. Part 2. We are advised to immediately turn off the valve of a gas cylinder in case there is a fire in the house, because that gas cylinder contains LPG, and LPG is an inflammable substance which has a low ignition temperature, which can catch fire very easily, very fastly at a low temperature, and can result in huge fire also. That is why it is advised to shut off, to close the valve of the gas cylinder. Third, sodium metal is usually stored in kerosene. See, sodium is a highly reactive metal as well as inflammable substance having a low ignition temperature. When it is kept openly in air, it reacts with moisture present in the air vigorously, to produce large amount of heat along with hydrogen gas, and that hydrogen gas catches fire in that heat. So to avoid this fire, we keep sodium in kerosene. Moreover, sodium not only reacts with moisture present in air but also reacts with air or oxygen vigorously to catch fire. So to prevent its contact with moisture and oxygen, it is kept stored in kerosene. Fourth, water should never be used to put out oil or petrol fires because oil and petrol are lighter than water. So if we spray water in oil or petrol fires, then being lighter than water, they float over the surface of water and keep on burning. Fifth, when we light a candle, only the wax in it burns, but the wick does not burn along with the wax. The wax of a candle has low ignition temperature than that of material of wick. So, wax catches fire easily at a low temperature than wick material. So it starts burning easily, fastly, gets heated up and starts to vaporize quickly as compared to that of wick material. Sixth, soot is produced during incomplete combustion because when any fuel is incompletely burnt in insufficient supply of oxygen, then it produces unburnt carbon particles which get deposited over any surface, form a black layer called soot. So that unburnt carbon particles released during incomplete combustion form soot. 7th, a person whose clothes are on fire should be covered with a thick blanket to put out the fire because a thick blanket cuts off the supply of oxygen to the burning substance, to the combustible substance. Now that combustible substance does not get oxygen and it does not keep its burning continue or further. 8. Carbon monoxide can decrease the oxygen carrying capacity of blood because carbon monoxide has affinity or attraction for hemoglobin. So if inhaled accidentally, this carbon monoxide, which is having more affinity for hemoglobin, binds with hemoglobin in blood to form carboxyhemoglobin. So the oxygen carrying or transporting capacity of blood reduces. Ninth, excessive carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has led to global warming because carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. So if its amount or content in the air is increasing continuously, then being a greenhouse gas, it traps more heat of the sun in the earth only. So overall average temperature of the earth is increasing, known as global warming. Now worksheet 9.6 advanced. Answer the following questions. Question number 1. Why is combustion known as a chemical process? Because in combustion a substance burns in the presence of oxygen to give off heat and light. It means that substance reacts with oxygen to form new substances along with heat and light. So new substances are formed with new chemical properties. So there is change in the chemical properties of the substance. That is why combustion is considered as a chemical change. Question number 2. Scientists are trying to look for the options that can minimize the use of fossil fuels. A. What are the available options of renewable energy sources? solar energy, wind energy, hydel means water energy. B. How can the common people contribute towards minimizing the use of fossil fuels? See, we can use stairs in place of lift. For covering short distances, we can use bicycle or go by walk rather than using scooter, scooty or any other automobile. Then we can use solar cooker as much as possible in place of LPG stoves. We can emphasize on more and more generation of electricity by solar energy and wind energy rather than by coal and petroleum. So these are some of the ways by which we can minimize the use of fossil fuels. Third, in order to melt metals such as gold and silver, goldsmiths blow the outermost zone of a flame towards the gold or silver using a metallic blowpipe. A. Why is the outermost zone of a flame blown towards the gold or silver? A. Why is the outermost zone of the flame blown towards the gold or silver? Because that outermost zone is the zone of complete combustion, where fuel burns completely in the sufficient supply of oxygen and hence produces a large amount of heat. So it is the hottest part of the flame. So due to this, it is used to melt metals. B. Can a goldsmith achieve a similar result if he or she blew the innermost zone of a flame towards the gold or silver? Give a reason for your answer. No, he or she will not get same result with the innermost zone, because innermost zone is the zone of no combustion, no burning, because in the innermost zone fuel is not getting oxygen at all. So no combustion or burning takes place in the absence of oxygen, so no heat is produced. So it cannot be used to melt metals. This is all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.